Max was reviewing his work on number patterns one night after soccer training when he fell asleep at his laptop. Too much soccer excitement, I suppose. Soon he was in a strange dream, discussing number patterns with Matterns, his old alien friend from outer space. Hi, Max. I'm Matterns, and I still just love patterns. I see tonight you are looking at all different kinds of number patterns, with whole numbers such as 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and so on, with fractions such as 1/4, 3/4, 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, and so on, and with decimals such as 10.0, 9.5, 9.0, 8.5, 8.0, 7.5, and so on. Can you tell me what each of these patterns are? Sure, Matterns, replied Max, who, luckily, is just as smart in his sleep as when he is awake. With the whole numbers, the pattern is, starting with 1, double, that is, multiply by 2 each number to get the next number or term in the pattern. With the fractions, starting with 1/4, we are adding 2/4, that is, 1/2, to each term in the pattern. And with the decimals, starting with 10.0, we are subtracting 0.5 each time to get the next term in the pattern. Max, you're as smooth as Saturn with the pattern, said Matterns. And what will the next two terms be in each of these patterns? He asked. Well, said Max, after 16, it will be double 16, which is 32, then double 32, which is 64. After 2 3/4, adding 1/2 will give us 3 1/4, then adding another half will give us 3 3/4. After 7.5, subtracting 0.5 gives us 7.0, then subtracting another 0.5 gives us 6.5. That's correct, Max. You can hit me with a baton. You're great with a pattern. Let me show you another kind of pattern. And the alien made a small box suddenly appear in front of him. I borrowed these matches from someone else's dream, Matterns continued. I know you're not allowed to play with matches, Max, but these are dead ones, and we are going to use them to make a physical model of a number pattern. And he very quickly made some triangles with the matches. Can you see the pattern model I've made with these matches? Max looked at the triangles carefully and soon saw the simple pattern made by his friend. Well, Matterns, it looks to me like you have used 3 matches to make each triangle. 3 matches for one triangle, 6 matches for 2 triangles, 9 matches for 3 triangles, and 12 matches for 4 triangles. That is correct, Max. We can write this pattern in a table like this, putting the number of triangles along the top row of the table and the number of matches in the bottom row of the table. So, added Max, the numbers in the top row start with 1 and increase by 1 each time. The numbers in the bottom row start with 3 and increase by 3 each time. Yes, Max, And can you see how the bottom numbers relate to the top numbers? Max thought about this for a minute. He looked at the match model, noting again that for each triangle there were 3 matches. Well, Matterns, for every triangle there are 3 matches, so the number of matches will be 3 times the number of triangles. And we can see that in the table. The bottom numbers are 3 times the top numbers in every case. It's like the 3 times multiplication tables. That's correct, Max. You're a maths genius. We can call that pattern the rule for this table. The number of matches equals 3 times the number of triangles. And once we have a rule like that, we can work out the number of matches for any number of triangles even without building the model. For example, I don't have enough matches and honestly I couldn't be bothered to model 100 triangles, but from the rule I can easily work out how many matches for 100 triangles. The number of matches will equal 3 times 100 triangles, which equals 300 matches. It's cool to rule, Max. If we can write the rule for a number pattern, then we can use it to work out any of the terms in the pattern without having to write them all out in order or build huge models, saving us heaps of time. It can take forever and lots of boxes of matches to write out or model the bigger numbers. Let me show you a couple of examples. If we put the number pattern 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. into a table, it will look like this. The top row tells us the position of each term in the pattern. For example, 6 is the 3rd term in the pattern. The bottom row tells us the actual value of each term, so 2 is under the 1st position, 4 under the 2nd position, and so on. So, looking at this table, Max, what is the rule for this number pattern, and what will be the value of the 35th term in the pattern? I suppose we can say that the value of each term will be its position in the pattern times 2, which means that the 35th term will be 35 times 2, which equals 70. Correct, Max. You're the Don Bradman of number patterns. What about this number pattern? 20, 19, 18, 17, etc. Can you draw the table, work out the rule for the pattern, then tell me the 15th term in the pattern? Max drew a table and filled in the numbers from the pattern. Along the top row for position of term, he wrote 1, 2, 3, 4. Along the bottom row for value of term, he wrote 20, 19, 18, 17, each underneath its position. He then looked at the numbers more closely. Max could see that the value of the terms was decreasing by 1 each time. To work out its rule, he had to look at how each value related to its position in the pattern. He noticed that, in each case, adding the position number to the term value would equal 21. 1 plus 20 equals 21. 2 plus 19 equals 21. 3 plus 18 equals 21, and so on for each pair of numbers. From this observation, he was able to write out the rule: the value of the term equals 21 minus its position. That is, 21 minus 1 equals 20. 21 minus 2 equals 19, and so on. So, said Max to the very impressed Matterns, the value of the 15th term is 21 minus 15, which equals 6. Max, you're a rock star of number patterns. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. I have got to get some sleep. Just then, Max woke up with a start and was surprised and delighted to see that everything he and Matterns had discussed about number patterns and their rules was written down on his laptop. It seems that Max does his best work in his sleep. Now you can watch this video again or try the quiz and look at the chart that comes with this video.